Hey friends, today we are going to be drawing Krypto the Superdog. You know, Batman's cool and so is Superman, but I think Krypto the Superdog might be my favorite. And with DC's League of Super Pets coming out soon, I thought we'd try our hand at drawing him. Just a heads up, drawing a dog is pretty complicated, and so we're going to go step by step to help you learn how to draw dogs and how to draw Krypto. So get your pencils out and let's get started. Today, we're going to sketch him lightly, trace with a marker, and then color him in. Feel free to hit that pause button if I'm going too fast. We're going to break down the sketch of Krypto into shapes and lines. When we draw an animal like Krypto, remember that we're not just drawing an outline, we're drawing a 3D form. So we're going to start with shapes. Let's start with the sphere for Krypto's head. Starting with shapes helps us get the right size and proportions for his body. You can actually start drawing a dog's body with just 3 ball or sphere shapes: the face, the chest, and the rear. Let's draw the chest. It's about twice the size of the head, and we're going to draw it directly beneath. The space between the 2 spheres is about the size of his head. The third sphere is to the right of his chest, about the same size as the head, and positioned towards the bottom of the second sphere. Alright, let's put these together. A line under the neck, and a line from the neck to the back. For his back, make a line down and then connect the large circle to his rear. Draw on a line to connect his stomach to his head. I'm making Krypto look to the right, so the neck will twist from the left to the right slightly. Alright, let's get started on the face details. I'm making a line that cuts the face down the middle so that we can place his eyes, nose, and mouth. Because it's a ball shape, instead of a straight line, it will follow the curve on the right side. Draw a centered line across his face as well. This will make a crosshair where we can actually start placing all the details on his face. To add the nose, start where the lines meet and go to the right. The nose shape is a rounded rectangle and goes from the center of his face to just above the bottom of the circle. I'm going to draw on the smile. I mean, who doesn't like a good dog smile? To put in his eyes, they'll go on either side of the middle line. The right eye will be slightly smaller because it's behind the curve of his face. Krypto's head is actually a boxy shape, so I'm going to draw it in like this. I'm giving him a curious look on his face, so his left eyebrow is furrowed while the right is lifted up. Just remember, this is a sketch, so be as sketchy as you want. We can always erase later. And lastly, his ears floop down on the sides. Alright, let's get started drawing his body. A cartoony animal has exaggerated lines, so we're going to give him a sharper point at the bottom of his chest and then a rounded curve on his stomach. From his neck to his stomach, it's a curved L shape. Alright, to draw the front legs of a dog, we need to know how dog legs work. They're a little different than human legs, and that can make it a little more complicated to draw. Here's another pro tip. To help learn how to draw cartoon dogs better, one of my favorite things to do is look at model sheets. A model sheet is what an animation company uses to decide what a character looks like. For instance, in the movie Lady and the Tramp, the artist would have to be able to draw the tramp from every single angle. So, they make model sheets showing how he looks from the left, the right, above, beneath, running, sitting, smiling, laughing, really anything. All these combined help the animators bring the character to life. And, as an added bonus, seeing how other artists draw animals can really help us out big time. Be sure to subscribe to our newsletter to receive a free collection of model sheets to help you learn how to draw all sorts of characters. Alright, let's get started on his front legs. Broken down by the different joints, there's a shoulder, an elbow, and a wrist. There's also a joint at the dog's paws. Starting at his shoulders, the upper part of a dog's legs are pretty beefy, so we'll start sketching in these shapes. His leg to the left will be partially hidden behind his chest. On the right, we'll start with a circle at his shoulder and work his leg down to the elbow. From this elbow, we'll push his leg forward and have his wrist drop down. You know, drawing in circles for each joint will help you get right proportions. We'll flip his paw back like this to make it look like he's moving through the air. His other leg will be pointed out like Superman, so we're going to make his elbow further out in front of him. Remember to look at pictures of dogs to get the right shapes and proportions. The best way to get better at drawing something is to use photos from real life and to keep on drawing. I'm going to pull his chest down just a bit to get the size just right. Alright, let's start on the back legs. They look a bit different than the front. Front legs move forward, but back legs move backward. The hips match up with the rear circle that we drew earlier. Their knees will always have a bend to them, and the ankle joints are very long. Let's start by drawing circles where the knees will be. They're straight down from his hips, with the knee to the right slightly higher than the left. Like I mentioned earlier, a dog's back legs bend backwards, so from the rear to his knees the line will actually curl back. I'm bringing the leg to the right up to make a U shape up to his ankle. The leg to the left is hidden by the right, but will curl past the ankle and swing down. There's actually a whole joint that's hidden by the right knee. Now I'm bouncing around, which is a really great way to draw. You don't want to get too detailed on one specific part, so moving around keeps the whole picture in perspective. Flip that paw up again since he's flying. Remember that there are 4 major joints in each leg: the hip, the knee, the ankle, and the toes. Look at other photos of dogs or even pictures of Krypto to get his legs just right. To add detail to the face, I'm putting in his eyes and his nose. The chin is a little bigger than what I drew earlier, so I'm going back over it. His collar is really cool and goes over his shoulders. Add the S for Superdog in the middle. And now that I've sketched everything, I'm going to go over a little darker on what I've originally drawn to pick the best lines. I'll go over all of this later in pen. Add the details on the paws and the cape. It's really up to you how you'd like his cape to look. Make any last minute changes and we'll begin with our marker. I love the inking part of drawing because you can take something sketchy and make it look really clean and sharp. Go over it with pen and add as much detail as you want. When you're finished, wait for it to dry, then erase the pencil marks before we begin coloring. I'm starting really light tan. Knowing how to color starts with knowing where the light is coming from. The light in this picture is coming from right here. So the spots facing it will be lighter, and the parts hidden will be darker. Under his stomach will be the darkest spot. I'm using a brown, a gray, even a pink color to blend in to give him this grayish brown look. Use cool colors like blue and purple in the shadows. On his cape, I'm using purple for the shading and yellow for the highlights. In the shadows of his collar, I'm using orange and darker red. On the parts of Krypto's body that are closest to the sun, I'm leaving those spots almost as white as I can. Keep coloring until you like how it looks. It's not a bird. It's not a plane. It's definitely not Superman. It's Krypto the Superdog. Well done, everybody. Well, I had a ton of fun drawing Krypto the Superdog with you. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe so that you can continue to get more Party Crate videos in the future. Until next time, we'll see you soon, party people.